Hi everyone, we're just gonna have a little fun. I've got some other new stuff I just want to play with and try out. So this is my watercolor pad, my new one. It's 140 pound, 100% cotton, cold press, acid-free paper. And it's, what is this, 8.3 by 5.8 inches. So, you know, they're not huge sheets. And then in addition to the new paper, I have my new Princeton watercolor brushes, and we're going to play with the Neptune round size 8 and a Heritage round size 2. I'll play with these other new brushes another day. And then I've got some new fancy colors that we're going to test out. And these are from M. Graham & Company, and we have Alizarin Crimson and Prussian Blue. I'm just going to use these two new colors just to see how I like them. They're, you know, much higher quality, better paint than what I've been using. We're just going to see the difference between using the better paper and the better brushes and the better paint, and see the difference that makes for me, versus using the less expensive stuff that I've been using, that I was learning with. So we are going to get my brush all wet here. We're just going to try some loose abstract sort of blob flowers and see what happens. So I'm just going to take a small bit of this Alizarin Crimson and get it going over here. I'm noticing right away that this is holding so much pigment, which is awesome. Alrighty. And then the other thing I want to make is I want to take a little bit of that crimson and put it over here. And into that, I want to add some of this Prussian blue. Just a touch of this Prussian blue, because I want to make sort of a purple. I think I need more crimson, but I'm just going to work our way up to the color I want. Because that's very, very, very blue. Okay, these are really pigmented, people. Really, really, really pigmented. I'm using very little, and I'm getting some really great color. Oh, there we go. That's a good purple. Okay, that's what we're going to use right there. All right, so I want to start with the crimson. So I probably didn't need to make the purple just yet, but like I said, testing out new color. Add a little more water over here because I want this very, very pale. So I want a lot of water. We're just going to make some very soft, very wet little blobs. That's sort of a flowery shape. Don't get too crazed with it, not too carried away. I'll put another one over here. Take some more of that excess water there off. And I think I'll put one here. And I'm going to move on to step 2 before these get too dry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to tap in that darker color and just let it sort of bleed in. Just see where it takes itself. But we definitely want to still see that pale pink at the top. And this one's looking a little dark, so we're going to fuzz it out a bit. If you think it's a little too dark, you can just add a little, wet brush and let it do its thing with a little water. Okay. Ooh, that is really like taking over. That is really exploding in there. I'll have to remember that when I get to the next flower. All right, so let's make another flower. again, we're going to just tap in some of that purple that we made. Those are still fairly damp. I'm going to get myself some black with my other brush. We're just going to put a little black down here at the base where we're going to put our little stems. Tell you that these colors definitely bleed better on this paper than I've ever seen anything bleed with the other paints on the other papers. Okay, now while that's drying a bit, we're going to play down here into our background. And for this, I definitely want more water. A lot more water. And what we want to start doing is just a very, very pale wash. Very pale, as pale as you can get it. You want to make sure you don't touch any of your flowers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just into that. Not this one enough. Just want to put some splatters. I seem to always get either not enough or too much. All right. Now, while it's still very wet, we're going to take our little brush here and just wet and just like make little wispy moves this way to pull lines. And we're going to start those stems. I just want to get them started. I want to try and avoid the really wet area because I don't want them to bleed into it. One thing you can do to sort of fuzz out the stems is put just a little water on your brush and sort of just add a little water to the bottom of your stem, just because it's going to help sort of broaden out and bleed out a bit that stem. And so I'm just adding a little water, helps sort of bleed out and soften that stem here at the bottom. And almost dry enough that we can add some more accents in now. Put your accents in, you can always pale them out a little bit, blend them a bit with just some water. Now that the flowers are drier, I can come up a little bit higher with the wash here. easy, you have some pretty flowers. Like I said, if you want to, play with them some more, add a little more to them. We're just going to let that dry and we'll give you final results. So we have final results on this. I'm really happy about the way this came out, the way the colors blended and bled into each other. Really made me happy. I like the way the background came out. Really nice for a first try at this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. And I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos. Now this is part of Friday with Friends, so please follow along the links in the description box and join us for the evening. You should have seen Pattie with Let's Pour with Pattie first, and then Bill from Roberson Art. And then after me is Billy with BCC Arts Studio. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.